Hi, this is Kevin with your daily Forex report for April 3rd, 2011. Right now we're looking at the US Japanese yen pair on the daily chart. If you'll notice, this pair has actually been up quite a bit. No doubt after the huge rally there's might have been some intervention or something similar to that, but we've been rising every day. Actually, every day last week we had an up bar. So if you look, we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up bars all in a row, all consecutively. So I mean, if you scroll back in history, and I did this earlier, there's not too many times that this happens. Like for example, here's multiple down bars, and this is actually a little bit more than 7, but this is like, again, you know, one of the only 2 times that it's happened in quite some time. As you scroll back a little bit more, you'll see there are some breaks in here. You know, there might be a long period, but there are some breaks. As you scroll back a little bit more, you can see, like, you know, it's never really solid for that long. And not really saying that, you know, all past history is indicative of future history, but you know, if a certain situation tend to happen over and over again, then you can kind of bank on the fact that it is a fundamental truth of the specific currency. It's just the way the markets behave. So here pretty soon, and today might be the day because we're quite back and forth, but here pretty soon we're going to see some sort of level off or some sort of fall. It's just market fundamentals that would happen. So be looking for that to happen pretty soon. I'd say today look for this pair to go as high as 85.42 and as low as 82.72. Look for some support around 83.38 and some resistance around 84.88. Alright, moving to the Euro USD chart, you'll see here we're actually just now today crossing a level of support that was created between yesterday and about a week ago. So we're just today crossing that, but we actually do have a down candle, but it's still very early in the day. Today, look for this pair to go as high as 1.4407 and as low as 1.3989, and look for some support around 1.4103 and resistance around 1.4337. Alright, moving to the pound dollar pair, we've actually gone down. You'll notice this little down spike right here. It's about equal to the up spike, and then we have a retracement that just about right now is equal to the retracement previous to it. So you'll see it's almost like a little micro head and shoulders pattern on the daily chart. So while today's candle is quite strong, moving upwards, filling in the gap and everything, I look for it to turn around and head down sometime in the near future. But today definitely might not be that day. Today, look for it to go as high as 1.6272 and as low as 1.5898. Look for some support around 1.6000, which is very significant because that is a very even number to the 10th of a dollar. So look for that area for some support and some resistance around 1.6205. Alright, moving to the US Swiss pair, last but not least. In this pair, we've actually been within the last, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 days. So the last week from today, we were actually quite back and forth, quite sideways. So this pair's definitely got a sideways bias at this time, but overall, we're still moving in the upwards direction. So today, I'd look for this pair to go as high as 0.9392. and as low as 0.9123, with some support around 0.9125 and resistance at 0.9326. As far as economic news goes, tomorrow we actually don't have a whole lot of news going on. We really don't have anything until the 5th, which is closer to the middle of the week. So we'll be getting back to you way before then, letting you know when the news announcements of great interest are going to be coming out that will move the market. Before I go, I want to actually show you something. And this has to do with correlated pairs. A lot of the time you'll hear about correlated pairs in junction to trading one and the other, or trading one and then trading the other to offset. It's kind of like a Sato hedge, if you will. With strongly correlated pairs, this allows you to either grow your account twice as fast, or potentially lose your account twice as fast. Or if you're in a trade that's beginning to go down, then you can actually use a correlated pair to buy or sell in the other direction and kind of offset that loss a little bit. And makes correlated pairs are an excellent way to trade in quite a wide range of cases. But what I'm looking at right now is actually the correlation between the Euro USD, the pound US dollar, and actually, while the correlations might be more longer term, the correlation is definitely still there. So, and I don't really speak of offsetting, one trade with the other trade. It's more of a pattern recognition in a forecasting sort of situation. So, if you look at the dollar or the pound dollar pair, you'll notice that we've had periods where this has attempted to go up, and it's kind of back and forth, and it's a very textbook parabolic view where every time the trend line is getting smoother and smoother, basically, until it's actually pointing in the other direction. Now, this is very indicative of a reversal, especially trend lines whenever they envelope both sides of price, like so. And so, what you want to look for is, instead of placing trades with correlated pairs to try to offset one and the other and so on and so forth, what you could do is actually use it as confirmation, as extra confirmation, instead of using extra indicators. So if I were to open up a Euro USD chart, which is a very highly correlated pair, and kind of zoom out a little bit, actually a lot of bit, then you'll notice, let me go ahead and switch that to the daily, sorry. You'll notice that, like I said, in the longer term, we're reaching a level of resistance right now. And if you know about correlation at all, you'll know that the Euro USD and the Pound USD are very correlated with one another. Usually whenever one goes up, the other goes up as well. One goes down, the other goes down. And their correlation is actually pretty high. I'd say it's around 80 or 90% or so. Not quite as high as the Euro and the Swiss, but the Euro USD and the Pound USD are two very highly correlated pairs. So one is the Euro USD is actually reaching a very hard line of resistance right now. It's a level that we haven't reached since November of 2010. So we've hit a low and then we've come back. So that, coupled with the pound dollar, it recently hit a low of this channel, but the channel is turning. So there's a decently high chance that pairs being correlated, and the fact that it's kind of turned around and hit multiple levels of support and resistance, that pretty soon we can actually see this pair start to reverse, is what I was talking about earlier. So given the situation with these two pairs, it'd be really, really good to keep a close eye on these within the coming week or so. Well, that about does it for today. So until next time, this is Kevin. Good trading.